As I sit here, the memories of that fateful summer still haunt me like a specter from the past. It was meant to be a time of relaxation and fun, a chance to escape the stresses of everyday life and enjoy the beauty of nature. But what unfolded at the lake house that summer was a nightmare beyond comprehension. This is the story of the horrors that lurked beneath the tranquil surface of our summer retreat. It all began when my friends and I decided to rent a lake house for the summer. Nestled on the shores of a remote lake, surrounded by towering pine trees and crystal-clear waters, it seemed like the perfect getaway. We imagined lazy days spent swimming and sunbathing, and long nights gathered around the campfire, sharing stories and making memories. But from the moment we arrived at the lake house, there was something off about the place. The air was heavy with a sense of foreboding, and the once charming facade of the house seemed to loom over us like a malevolent presence. Still, we brushed aside our misgivings, eager to begin our summer adventure. As the days passed, strange things began to happen around the lake house. Objects would go missing, only to reappear in odd places. Footsteps could be heard echoing through the empty halls late at night, and the temperature seemed to drop inexplicably, leaving us shivering in the summer heat. At first, we tried to rationalize away the eerie occurrences, attributing them to the quirks of an old house or our overactive imaginations. But as the incidents grew more frequent and more sinister, we couldn't ignore the truth any longer. Something was terribly wrong at the lake house. Something dark and malevolent that defied explanation. One night, as we sat around the campfire roasting marshmallows, a sense of unease settled over us like a thick fog. The flames flickered and danced in the darkness, casting eerie shadows on the faces of my friends as they huddled close, their eyes wide with fear. That's when we heard it. A soft, plaintive wailing drifting across the water like a mournful cry. We froze in terror, our hearts pounding in our chests as we strained to locate the source of the sound. But the lake was shrouded in darkness, and the wailing seemed to come from all around us, echoing off the trees and bouncing across the water in an eerie cacophony. Unable to bear the suffocating silence any longer, we fled from the campfire, racing back to the safety of the lake house. But even there, we found no respite from the horrors that awaited us. As the night wore on, the wailing grew louder and more insistent, like the anguished cries of lost souls trapped in the darkness. Shadows danced along the walls, twisting and contorting into grotesque shapes that seemed to mock our terror. And then, just as suddenly as it had begun, the wailing stopped, replaced by an eerie silence that hung heavy in the air. We huddled together in the darkness, trembling with fear as we waited for the first light of dawn to break over the horizon. When morning finally came, we wasted no time packing our belongings and fleeing from the lake house, leaving behind the nightmares that had haunted us for so long. But even now, as I sit here recounting this tale, I can't shake the feeling that the darkness of that summer will never truly leave me. That somewhere deep beneath the tranquil surface of the lake, something ancient and malevolent still lurks, waiting patiently for its next victim.